So we're here going through the top 10 entries of the Pathos contest and just kind of providing some commentary and
some reaction, some feedback.
First up, we got Filip. How would you pronounce this last name? We've got Filip.
Tantareanu.
Tantareanu.
Yeah.
He's got a nice strat there. Let's see. Ooh.
Okay. Interestingly enough, the arc of his solo, it starts a ton of chops and then it actually ends with, less dense phrasing.
Yeah, some of the more melodic moments happen towards the end with the bends and the vibrato. Great technique. I like the big intervallic playing early on.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that was hitting a lot of positives for me just because, great bending, the intervallic licks, and it had some heat, some intensity to it.
So. It's all in the strat too.
Yeah.
Cool tone.
Excellent job.
Let's see, next up we got Ricky Valentino. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated all the bluesisms in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly like a super wide vocabulary too. It's got the sweeps, the sweep taps, the alternate picking. I mean, I feel like all the techniques are represented here.
Yeah, and pretty effortless playing apparently. He seems pretty chill the whole time.
Side note, it says here he's from Indonesia. I just think it's cool like how all this information is just spread everywhere now.
It's crazy. Actually, I think there's a big guitar culture or community in Indonesia.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was talking to Mateus Eklund years ago, and he told me about a huge clinic he did there, and that's when it was first on my radar. I was like, okay, Indonesia's got shredders. Wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, man, this is global, apparently.
Yeah. All right, up next, Hussain Haddad.
Let's do this thing. Nice. Okay.
Very cool.
Excellent playing. I get the sense that he improvised that whole thing.
Yeah, it's got a flow to it. I feel like when you have like a minute or so of music to kind of show everyone what you're gonna do over it, there's a tendency to maybe try to fill in all the space. I felt like he took his time. There were some pauses, some rests in there, and he actually developed it too. There was a little bit slower phrasing that kind of picked up a little bit towards the end. It was very cool.
Yeah. I think crafting a solo in a short period of time and actually improvising it is tricky, but he did a excellent job.
I agree with you. It definitely feels more improvised than composed. Zilio Alessandro. Here we go. Is that an AZ?
Looks like it.
That was
I
great.
mean, it's fantastic. I don't even.
Yeah.
I appreciate the sizzle, the top end on his tone.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a cool.
I feel like we're seeing a bit of a pattern with just the harmonic choices so far. I'd be very interested to see if anyone is able to reinterpret some of the harmony other than the most stated harmony that's there. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago there was the Mayones contest. Do you remember Nick Larandy?
Oh yeah, he took it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took at least one or two of those changes, like really brought it out, had some chromatic things in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of curious if we'll see something like that. Oh, this guy's sick. Damn, okay.
So you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
His tone is interesting too. Really, there's an interesting
Really-
articulation.
Really bubbly, but not like, yeah, it's still articulated.
Yeah, there's a
Articulate.
pop on the notes. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy clearly transcribes some horn solos or something.
Yeah.
There was a moment that
Yeah,
heavy
some-
chromaticism.
I think that we both noticed that moment towards the end.
Yeah, and it was almost playful. Not exactly like Vi-isms, but
Yeah.
some of the phrasing reminded me of that.
Yeah. I do think some of the note choice and syncopation in the beginning seemed like, I don't know if there was anything in the music that would call for that.
That's true.
I think felt like more like a cognitive decision or something.
Fair.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I feel like maybe we're experiencing his musical personality. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, if he was to solo over this, that's the angle he's going
Right.
to take.
He might just think of it
So I kind of
differently.
appreciated it, but yeah,
Very
that was
cool.
very enjoyable.
Francois Chanvallon. Hope I'm
he's-
not butchering that.
He's insane. Yo, that was sick.
Yeah, that checked a lot of boxes for me.
I feel like he really vibed with the track for the bulk
Yeah.
of that. It's interesting to kind of see Tom Quayle's effect on technique.
That's what it was. I was trying to think of where like the continuous like over the bar line legato things were happening.
Yeah, but not to take any away from him. That
Yeah.
was actually one of my favorites.
I agree. He slowed down. He played a chord in there. It wasn't all single note lives like what we've seen so far. Also his rhythmic feel. I'm kind of a sucker for this like really laid back thing where you never sound like you're in a hurry to get anywhere. I felt like he had some of that.
Yeah, nice melodic sort of theme in the very beginning that he
he repeated.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Andrew Barock. harmonies.
Yeah, that was cool because, you know, with like a contest, you feel like you need to like win with, you know what I mean?
It's literally competition.
Yeah, it's competitive playing. And,
Yeah.
and I feel like this was actually really sensitive and kind of like, I feel like he felt the track. Like it
made a piece.
Yeah, a little less competitive, but excellent nonetheless.
Interesting tone too. I wonder if there's a little bit of modulation on there, or maybe that's what I'm hearing with the harmonies mixed in.
And it didn't seem composed, but then when the harmonies kicked in, it obviously was. So then I was like, huh. I love harmonies.
Yeah.
I remember like getting in the Jason Becker and being like, harmonize all the notes all the time. You know?
I'm gonna let you pronounce this name.
Wojtek Kalinski.
That was not too hard.
I think he's from Poland.
Yeah, it must be. What kind of guitar is that?
Wow,
okay.
This dude has chops, but he didn't flex the whole time.
Yeah, but he let you know they're there.
Yeah, he's very comfortable in that. Very clean technique when he really turned on the sort of high speed stuff.
I always say too, where the track picks up dynamically, he made that impact really stand out.
Appreciated the high register.
Yeah, and it felt like the whole thing developed. You got a little bit more as it went along, both like the high playing and the shreddier bits. I hear a little bit of Guthrie in the legato runs.
Yeah.
Liam Garcia. The caption is C-tier Greg Howe ripoff flicks over prog backing. I'm excited.
We feel you, brother.
Nice Strandberg.
I'm hearing a lot of personality.
Yeah.
I think this is not his wheelhouse per se, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it.
It's even a little bit less polished than some of the other ones, but I will say, for me personally, probably the most ear candy there, just harmonically, a couple of really interesting note choices and placements of those.
Yeah, he highlighted the harmony well. I get the impression that he listens to a good deal of bebop. There was like syncopation and phrasing that, like the track isn't really giving that.
Right.
But some of these players have felt compelled to phrase that way, which makes me feel like a bulk of what they're playing is coming from that world. But yeah, no, that was cool.
It's like he's playing to the track, but with an accent.
Low key, yeah.
Momo Marcin, maybe? I like the ending decision.
Yeah, a Petrucci fan, maybe?
The tone's very, I don't know that it's dryness or there might be delays and whatnot on there, but it's very forward. It's not very pushed back in the mix, very present.
It seemed dry. I actually quite like the tone. Excellent playing. I mean,
Everything seemed appropriate, informed by the track.
excellent right hand.
See, this might be the last one. Yep, this last one on the list, and this is the guy that we end up choosing as the winner for the contest. So yeah, let's check it out. Mateus Schaffer.
Yeah. I think we both had the impression that if we were actual producers recording this and we needed a solo that just elevated the song,
Yep.
that this would probably be the one, right?
Yeah, it's like there's real development there. I feel like he tells a story. There's motifs in there. Also, it feels improvised to me. I don't know how much of this was planned out ahead, but it feels like he's just flowing with it. Nice blend of actual played notes versus harmonics, and the whammy bar works really cool. Just a lot of personality going on there.
Yeah, it really, I think it just did the track justice, and I think the playing is like just super appropriate for it. So
Yeah.
excellent job, Mateus.
Well, that was the top 10 entries for the Pathos contest. We should do something like this again. It's fun.
Yeah, it's the amount of talent. It's just staggering. It's so cool to see how well people are playing guitar. Like the bar is super high. It was actually really hard to choose.
Yeah. I feel like when we were coming up, there was the guys that we were looking up to. It's like, this guy is the most insane alternate picker. Oh, this guy, he's got sweeps and everything. Now it's like the starting point for a lot of this, like, command of all the techniques is like a default. Everyone's got it. Mm-hmm. It's like, so then it's like, what do you do with them and how do you develop that and make it musical?
The guitar culture is alive and well.
Yes, it is.
Thriving.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
For the algorithm.